Stadium as a couple of teams square off for a chance to win the Pop-Tart Bowl. Bowl games are not only a reward for how you played in the regular season, but can be a springboard into next year as well. As we'll see, the number 11 team in the country, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Kickoff team on the field, ready to start this postseason classic. He'll call for the fair catch here. Line gets set, first down. They use the end around, first play of the drive. That'll get the eyes moving. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
It's so easy to let your eyes lie to you. See the ball kind of go the other way. What's my assignment? My assignment is to make sure I contain the backside. Great job by the defense, not getting fooled, playing their assignment, making the play.
He rifles one deep down the right side. Bringing it back. The 10. Touchdown, Rebels. How about that D coming up with a play like that?
You always want to come out and set the tone as a defense. Get a stop, make a punt. How about this? Get the INT and take it back to the house. Way to set the tone for this defense here.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Fires left. He's got it. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Well, it's a nice job snagging that pass. Miami has a tradition of Heisman Trophy quarterbacks. I get that, but guess what? If you're going to win Heisman Trophies, you're probably throwing to very talented wide receivers. Let's not forget about all the great receivers the Hurricanes have had as well. And they've got a special group this year. This guy right here is one of those dudes. He can beat you one-on-one with his speed, and he has really, really good hands as well.
Well, guys, bowl season is here. Always fun to get these non-traditional matchups that you don't see regularly. What do you guys remember about playing in a bowl?
I think you remember all the moments throughout the season, throughout your career, and it's the last time that you ever get these group of individuals together. You say goodbye to so many people, and it's kind of bittersweet, but always fun, Jesse, to dance with your boys one last time. But another thing, too, I love the swag bags personally. I love getting the gifts.
Yeah, I mean, to me, David, really, it was thinking about the tradition and history of these bowl games. I think that's one of the best things about college football. We're in an era today where bowl games don't matter as much as they did back when you and I played, but it was special to take the field with your guys one more time, but playing in games that had so much history.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. The play action fake. Pressure coming. Complete to the right. He found his man and zipped it in there, and they've got a first down in the red zone at the 11. The Hurricanes have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Into the end zone. Fires the pass. Intercepted. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. David, given the fact that you are a devoted helmet head, I'm not sure that you're aware there are a lot of other festivities around the bowl game. Did you ever experience any of that?
Of course I'm a helmet head. Yeah, spot on. Agree with that. But here's the thing. We did a meat-eating contest at the Outback Bowl my senior year. Which squad could eat more steak from Outback? It was absolute.
Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. Touchdown, Miami! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender. Seeing that ball in the end zone, your eyes get big as saucers, go jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Ryan, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
They ran it on first down, now on second. Direct snap. Tackled, but he has a first down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the running game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. They'll go with a direct snap. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. The Rebels headed quickly to the line. They'll leave it with him. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
And the Rebels are flying down the field. They'll give it to the back. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and they forced the incompletion.
White wants to throw it. Feeling some heat. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
Defensive linemen live to get after the quarterback, to get sacks, to get by those big hog mollies up front on the offensive line and say, you taste dirt.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like they were...
He's going up top. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Trying to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Dude, 2 drives, 2 INTs. I don't know who the backup quarterback is, but I might start thinking about doing something there. Goodness gracious, keep turning the football over. Can't do it. Can't put your defense in a bad spot time after time.
The throw to the outside is complete. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time. Now, it used to just be in the red zone. Now, you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Let's see what they've got on second down. Snap it to the back. And the run is for no gain and no more time left on the clock in the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score tied at 7.
Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on fourth down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
And how about the defense coming up big on fourth and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or you trust him right away.
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get louder.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. These teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now, it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
One thing I've noticed from talking to coaches about their approach to bowl games is how many of them use it as a springboard for next season. They try to focus on developing some of the new guys, maybe, that have joined them for the bowl practices.
I mean, you get 15-plus extra practices. You start to play and experience more as young guys. The older guys get a little bit more rest. But, yeah, you're building the future. You're building the foundation. You're working on your technique. And you know what? You also get to have some fun. I think that's important for team building is having fun at your location, doing the different things together to start to build that unity that will make a big difference in the future.
Yeah, there's a saying in college football that your freshman year, when you get to bowl season, you're no longer a freshman. A lot of players grow up. You get the extra practices mentally, and from a confidence standpoint, you turn the page. I can remember back to my true freshman year, we're getting ready to play Penn State. We had a lot of NFL talent in my freshman class, and everybody just seemed to grow a foot taller. They were playing with a different intensity level that really paid off for us the next year.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
That had to be a coverage bust because there's no way one of the best receivers in the country was that wide open. Somebody on defense wasn't where they were supposed to be. They had their eyes in the wrong place. That should not happen ever.
Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. Fires toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Cade! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. So they'll try to make up some of that ground on second down from the 16. White going to attack through the air. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Quarterback on the move, still looking. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right. But don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Turns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Off play action. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
They've got some work to do on this third and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Right down the middle. And the pass is intercepted. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you can tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
Quick strike complete. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, and letting him get some positive yards.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Direct snap. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
The Rebels with the 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Flips it out to the back. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, 2nd down coming. White wants to throw it. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a man on the left. And he makes a completion there. Set up and in business at the 20. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Man, and that's a big missed opportunity for a running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And I'll tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And you make the stop, and that is the end of the 1st half. 1st half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Canes will kick it off to start the 2nd half. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. And they're trailing on the scoreboard right now, but they are very much in the mix to finish this season with a bowl win.
Yeah, and I think you look at bowl games, sometimes there's a little bit of rust in the 1st half. And that's what you talk about at halftime now. We get the ball, we're down. Let's go make a statement to start this 2nd half. We're here, we're ready, we're going to do some damage.
And here's the thing. They're in this bowl game because they're explosive on offense. It takes only one play. There's still lots of football left to be played. If they get this confidence going, they get into a rhythm, watch out.
White going to attack through the air. Trying to beat the D deep. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. Speeding down the left side. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
What a massive play for the offense. And sometimes when you're calling it deep in your own end, you're expecting man coverage or at least a one-on-one to the outside of the field, and that's what they had. The quarterback put air under it. The receiver shows off his speed. They make the catch, and it's not just a big 1st down. It's a touchdown. That is a momentum-changing play.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying play action. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. Used the play fake, now to throw. On the run, still looking. Caught in the backfield, it's Fields. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. Really good job when this play went off script, and that's the job of a tight end. Find the soft spot and stay in the quarterback's field of vision.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to play this.
Oh, it's a fumble. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down. Defense gets the ball back for its own.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand, they're trying to make plays, right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. Trying the left side. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
It's hard to stop great runs. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Touchdown, Hurricane! And that one will put him up here in the second half. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. And he's going to try to return this one. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Bob.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Ball's at the 15 on second down, and they need 9. Wide out in motion. Goes to the option. Quick toss. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
So third and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. They want to run this quarterback. And the Rebels have a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Picked off. Taking it the other way. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Miami!
I love this free safety and how he plays center field. And oftentimes, he's able to bait QBs into bad decisions. He did it right there. Made the quarterback think he was dropping one way, put his foot in the ground, got in front of that pass, and then showed you the wheels, returning it for a touchdown.
Finding up to add another. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Second down from the 20, and they just need a yard. They'll go with a direct snap. And they didn't pick up any extra room to operate, but they at least got it back to the original line of scrimmage. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Backed up in their own end, maybe a quick hitter. Intercepted. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He makes the connection. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Miami 28, Ole Miss 14.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. From the gun, they'll try the middle. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On third down, he drops to throw. Touchdown, Canes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns. A 21-point cushion in the fourth.
Ole Miss 14.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond? And the quarterback is knocked down back in the 13.
And how about this defense taking care of business? Keeping that guy under 200 yards is a heck of a day. Their offense has obviously done their job too, and this has been an absolute beatdown.
So just how aggressive can they afford to be as they snap it on 2nd and long from the 13? They're bringing He'll off one deep down the left side. Fires it into traffic, and it's picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Lofts one high and deep. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of at the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
And back to the air on 2nd down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Vasquez. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. On the move at the 30. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game. Being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
Trying to find his man on first down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. So after the big run, they tried to hit him with a pass. Would you have gone back to the run then?
I think now, yeah. Of course, now looking back, I'm going to go, yeah, I should have run after you taking the sack. I like mixing it up, but if my offense is going to sit there and lean on people and we're good at running the football, then don't be afraid to do that more often.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive. They've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the fourth quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion. Well, we are winding it down, guys. Only a few more plays left in this season. Also wrapping up a really outstanding performance for this offense.
Yeah, and they're sending out the seniors on the right foot. Guys, we've seen a lot of great football. There have been so many tremendous moments and individual efforts, David. This is a year in college football I know I'll never forget.
Won't forget it. Loved working with you guys. Loved being in the booth. Loved covering these football games. And I'll tell you what, a lot of excitement in college football surrounding the sport, man. Let's just keep loving on it.
Will they be able to get that one more yard and stick it in here on third down? Using the quick game. Touchdown, Hurricane! And the route is on. That's his third touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll run the option. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. How about that alert play from the defense to corral that fumble? And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game. Well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Touchdown, Miami! And the stomping has commenced.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Ole Miss, 14.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down.
Ole Miss offense will take over first and 10.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about. I think it's just too little too late, David, at this point. That's a play that they could have used a lot earlier in this game, but because of miscues, they're down by a lot late, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to claw back into this one.
Yeah, and I'm fine with you running that play if you want to do that. My goal now is with this lead, if you want to run it, so be it, but just don't give up the big plays. Let that clock continue to roll. Make him earn it all the way down the field and take a lot of time off that clock.
The Rebels will snap it on 1st and 10. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And that was a pretty good run there for the offense. And listen, I know this game's over, but that's what this offense needs a little bit more. They need a little more balance, a little more easy second down situations with some positive runs on 1st down. They just need something to get them going, some kind of spark. The ground game might be it in the future.
He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try it on the ground. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He wants to take the top off. He's got it on the right. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. Even in the 4th quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. He'll go down in a bit of an unusual way to bring this game to a close. When you know you have a team out fast, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.